for this assignment, you guys are going to be completing these diamond math problems. It's like a puzzle. So the way you complete the puzzle is you are going to be given two numbers. It might be the left and the right, it might be top and bottom, might be sides. But the rules are your left and right numbers should multiply to give you the number on the top. And then the left and right numbers should add to give you the number on the bottom. So 8 times 9 is 72. So that gives you the number on the top. And 8 plus 9 is 17. It's important that you look at your positives and your negatives. I'm going to help you with your problems on your left side, and then any of the ones that I do not complete, you will complete on the class kick assignment. And you can either write in the numbers like I am, or you can type them in. Okay, so number 2, we are going to do 5 times 6, which is 30. And then we are going to add them. 5 plus 6 is 11. Okay, number 5, 2 times 12 is 24. And 2 plus 12 is 14. Okay, negative 9 times positive 9 is negative 81. If I add them, then I get 0. Let me scroll down. Okay, now this one is different. It doesn't give me the number on the other side, but I know that they need to multiply to give me the number on the top. So that means 6 times something is going to give me 12. I know that 6 times 2 is 12. And they both need to be positive. Now I add, and that gives me 8. Okay, now this one, something plus 8 equals 19. That would be 11. And then now I can multiply those two to give me 88. Okay, 6 times something, okay, 6 times something gives me, or no, sorry, we're adding. 6 plus something gives me negative 5. I think you guys might be like, oh, negative 1. That would actually give you positive 5. We need negative 5. So we need more negatives. So what would that be? Good, that would be negative 11. Negative 11. So negative 11 plus positive 6 is negative 5. Now we multiply. 6 times negative 11 is negative 66. Okay, 6 times what is 36? Well, we know 6 times 6 is 36. Is this going to be positive or is it going to be negative? Good, negative. And then now we add those ones, and that gives me 0. Okay, now this is the part where it gets interesting. So two numbers that multiply to give you 110, negative 110, but they also add to give you 1. So the way I would start this is I would think of factors. This ends in a 0, so I would say, oh, something times 10. So 10 times, what would that be, 11? So 10 times 11, but we need it to be, there needs to be a negative. So we can say like negative 10 times 11, or we can say positive 10 times negative 11. So one of these would have to work when you add to give 1. If I add these, it'll give me 1. If I add these ones, it gives me negative 1. So we would do the first one. Okay, what multiplies to give me 18? Okay, well for 8, I'm going to do it on the side. 18 is 2 and 9. It is also 6 and 3. Any other ones? No, I think that's it. Okay, well 2 and 9, we can't add those to get 9, so it's not going to be that set. Now we have to look at 6 and 3. And what I would also look at, negative 6 and negative 3. Our answer here is positive, so we want the positive one. So 6 and 3. Okay, again, 40. What are some multiples of 40? Well, we got 4 and 10. We got 2 and 20. We have 8 and 5. Let's see, the one that jumps to me is, okay, well, we need to get to a 6. 4 and 10 kind of look like they could make a 6, right? Now we have to figure out which one would be positive, which one would be negative. Well, our answer is negative, which means we need more negatives. So that makes me believe that we would have a positive 4 and a negative 10. So we can double check that. 4 times negative 10 is negative 40, so that works. And then they also need to add to negative 6, so that works. So 4 and negative 10. Also, if you were to switch up the numbers and put negative 10 in the front and 4 on the side, that's also okay. Okay, next one, 8. 8, 8. Okay, 8 is 8 and 1 and 2 and 4. One of those needs to add to 6. The second one, 2 and 4. Okay, 84 and 5. Negative 8 and 7. 8 and 2. And so on and so on. So I'm going to have you guys pause your video here and finish these ones on the right side. Okay, so go ahead and pause. Okay, now for your other section, you can unpause it. We are now going to use this X method to help us factor. So we're going to go from a trinomial or standard form and turn it into a binomial, which is factored form. So step 1 is drawing the X. That's why I had you draw the X. Oh. Step 2 is to multiply A and C to give you the top number. So A right here is 1, C is 5. 1 times 5 is 5. So that gives you the number on the top. And then on the bottom, you're going to put your B. So B for this problem is 6. Okay, and then now we have to figure out that puzzle. That's why I was having you guys practice. So we have to figure out the left and the right. So we say, what multiplies to give me 5? Well, I know 5 times 1, that's the only option. It could be negative 2, but the positive works here. So 5 and 1. So I'm going to take both of these that I just figured out, and they are going to put them in my factored form. So this is my final answer. So let me show you the next one. Right here, A is 1, 8 is my B, and C is 15. So step 1, draw my X. Step 2, multiply A and C, which is 15. Step 3, put B into the bottom. Okay, multiples of 15. 3 and 5, negative 3, negative 5. Both of those would give me positive 15. So now I have to figure out which one works. When I add it, it gives me 8. 3 and 5. So now those are my two answers. So I'm going to write x plus 3. That's my first binomial. X plus 5. That's my second binomial. Now it is factored. Okay, let's try this again. We got a 1, a negative 3, and a 2. So draw our x. A times C is 2. Negative 3 at the bottom. Okay, so what is 2? We got 2 times 1, and we got negative 1 and negative 2. We need these to add up to negative 3. So that's my second one. So negative 1 and negative 2. So my new factors are x minus 1 and x minus 2. One more, and then I'll have you guys, well, let me choose one towards the bottom. probably gets more difficult as you go down. So draw your x. 1 times 8 is 8. Put that -6 down at the bottom. Factors of 8. We got 2 and 4. We got 8 and 1. We need to make 6. I don't think the first one's going to work. But we need to make -6. So that's going to be a -2 and a -4. Oh, a -4. If I add those together, that gives me -6. If I multiply them together, it still gives me 8. So my new factors, x minus 2 and x minus 4. All right, go ahead and finish the ones that I have not done.